Everyone, this is Alan the Intern, and this is another episode of the pre-show. Today we got former UFC fighter, now commentator, Patrick Cote. I hope everyone's having a great day. Now let's get this interview started. So what I wanted to know was what got you inspired to go into mixed martial arts?
When I started that, I wasn't really good, but I fell in love with the sport and started to train with good people, really, really, really good people. They were kicking my ass, kicking my ass every training. But like I said, I fell in love with the sport, and the rest is history.
Fair enough. What is like being a color analyst for UFC and like for TSN and that stuff? How is that going right now currently?
It's pretty good. Actually, I'm commentator for RDS. It's the French version of TSN. I'm commentator for the UFC since like 13 years, I think now. Our first show was UFC 83 here in Montreal, the Bell Center, George St. Pierre GSP against Matt Serra, the second fight. And that's good. And I always say the same thing, being a commentator always did help me a lot to be a better fighter because, I saw so many situations, described so many actions, so many submissions, so many escape. So it was like always in my mind. So I was a better fighter because of that.
Fair enough. Out of the fights that you covered, do you have one that really sticks out? Like that you would say like, oh, I loved calling that fight?
I love every fight, but for sure that a fight like Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman, who broke their leg in the middle of the fight. You never expect that, and when you do some commentating about in those fights, it's like in shock, and the worst thing is you have to commentate the replay too. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that was quite a hit. Yeah, quite a hit. If you had like, for example, say if there was like a massive like bar fight, but you have to choose like one person to back you up, who would that be?
That's a lot. I think I'll go with Mike Perry, man. This guy is crazy.
Yeah,
for sure he's gonna go until to that in bar fight, not maybe like in the tag team MMA fight, but in bar fight, I'll have Mike Perry for me. I'll say I'll feel safe for sure.
That's fair enough. That actually is quite a good choice. All the fights that you did, would you say gave like the hardest punch? Like say you were like and you got hit and they like woke you up. Like who was the hardest puncher?
That was 100% Drew McPherry's. It's funny because he gave me that uppercut. I will always remember that. And when I opened my eyes, I was still in the fight. I was, wow, okay, I have a really, really good chin. Thanks to my chin. But maybe 10 seconds later, I was knocking him out in the first round. So that was kind of it's kind of weird to say that that's the guy who hit me the hardest in my life because I knocked him out maybe 10 seconds after, but I do remember that uppercut. I saw that coming. I was it's coming, and that was right on target, right on the button. But I had a good chin in my career, and that saved me a couple of times during the exchange. And that time, that was the hardest punch I did receive in my career.
Wow, this interview with Patrick Cote is going great. However, we do need to take a commercial break. So when we come back, we'll have the rest of the interview.
Hello, I'm Sean McNall, owner of TG Marketing. We are a promotional product company located in Regina, Saskatchewan. Originally founded by Tom G. McNall in 1985, we are now in our 35th year of business. My brother Ryan and I, along with our great staff, have carried the torch since Tom retired in 2011. For those of you who don't know what we do, we sell items with a company's logo on it, like clothing, pens, phone chargers, Bluetooth speakers. The list of products available is endless. Our products are a great form of advertising. Whether you want to give a gift to a valued client or show your appreciation to your staff, we have a friendly team that can help find the right product for your needs. The key to our success has been our customer service and our vast knowledge of products in our industry. We ask the right questions to get you in line with the proper product for the project you are working on. Stop by 1046 Winnipeg Street and view our showroom. Get some ideas for that next promotion you're working on. Let's make your business what everyone's talking about.
I know you were in the video game for UFC 2010 for Undisputed. Was it ever in your career, did you ever think that you were going to be in a video game? Was that ever on your bucket list?
What do you mean?
Like oh, when you were like little, like, oh, I want to play myself as as a character in a video, like as a fighter.
Oh,
yeah, and that's stuff.
no, not at all. And actually, I mean, I'm in the 2 video games, and it's like the first one was okay, but the second one, we flew to LA to put the suit with like some balls and doing our stuff. And when I took my character, I was like, it was shocking. I was like, oh, somebody's watching me. That's me. That's myself. That he's doing exactly what I'm doing. There was a same tattoo. I had a birthmark on my right arm. I was there too. So that was very, very real. And I always say that I can die now. I'm in the video game. Before I was building my character to more hair, more eyes, a little bit closer. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm just going to pick myself. That's pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. Say for the great fighter, they need to be like good striking, good wrestling, and good jiu-jitsu. If you got to create like your ultimate fighter, for example, I would say GSP, wrestling, striking, Masvidal, and jiu-jitsu, Royce Gracie. What would be your ultimate fighter if you had like those kind of qualities?
I'll take the jiu-jitsu of Charles Oliveira because I don't think he has the best jiu-jitsu. I think he has the more aggressive jiu-jitsu, and that's what we like. On the ground, he always go for the kill. He always go for the submission. That's why he's so exciting. I'll take the wrestling of. It's hard, man. There's so many good wrestlers, but I'll take the wrestling of George or Nurmagomedov because it's a different wrestling. It's Russian style. It's technical wrestling, and it's not American wrestling. American wrestling, it's muscle wrestling. It's double leg, doesn't work. I'll go double leg, doesn't work. Let's try a double leg. So it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. It's muscle wrestling. You take Nurmagomedov or you take George. They did train with different aspect, different mentality, more technical. Single leg, chest pressure doesn't work. Now you go with double leg. There's so many more options in their wrestling games. So that's why I think it's I'll go with there, and I'll take the stand up of Anderson Silva, but when he was on top, when he was like in 2000, 2008, 2007, 2008, 2009, when he was on top of that was just unreal.
Okay, I'd like to thank my guest, Patrick Cote, for a great interview. Now it's time for the Rod Pedersen Show. So this is your host, Alan the Intern, signing off.
In UFC 264, it's going to be the rubber match. And I'm asking you who you think is going to win.
McGregor.
How about that?
What?
Yeah.
No, man, he's on a slide. He's going. You want to put some money on this?
Yeah, I do.
Boneless dry ribs at the 4
Ooh, let's do it. this is a statement for him. If he loses again, he's done. He really needs to win. I think he's focused.
This must win for Conor McGregor.
Must win.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
It is. Good morning, Canada and Canadian sports fans around the world, although we're going to talk some global sports today. Nice work, guys. Real nice work on the intro there. And Clark warned me, he's like, we got a new one coming for you.
Yep.
How about that?
How about that?
The Moose is here. The Moose is loose. It's the RP Show, episode number 523 of Canada's daytime sports talk shows, coming to you out of the bunker here. And I was going to say, how was your weekend? But we were together for a lot of it.
Yeah,
so.
It was great.
So therefore, it was fantastic.
That's right.
So coming up today, we got a lot of topics to get to. The quick six weren't enough. I got way more topics than that. So we got to get busy here in the warm-up for Ecole Electric. I want to tell you that coming up on the program today, Darren Dreger, one of our favorite guys, TSN NHL insider, plus the president and CEO of the CEBL, Canadian Elite Basketball League, Saskatchewan Rattlers. Why, you ask? Why are you having the president, Brad Kraft, on? Because tonight, they are opening their doors to fans at SaskTel Centre tonight, the home of the Rush, the home of the Blades, now the home of the Rattlers. Tonight, they got the Edmonton Stingers in there, and I'm pumped to see how we got here.
Oh, I know.
And I'm sure the other sports people want to know what's the template here, guys. So that's coming up. Now, before the quick six, we do it every Monday. It's our photo album from the weekend. I submitted some photos. You submitted some photos. I don't know who else submitted some photos of our weekend. It's the Great Western Brewing Company RP Show Summer Photo Album, and I'll read the tagline in a moment. But what do we got, Clark? Let's see these photos from the weekend. Okay, there it is from the Four Seasons, and I'm with the Greek Freak, two guys named George, and that's Moose on the left. And we're enjoying some most of the crowd had cleared out there, by the way, but that was Saturday night UFC 264 because the joint was packed.
Oh, yeah.
It was full.
They were turning people away at the door. They were
turning people away at the door. So happy days are here again. That was the Old Bowl and the Young Bowl. That was Saturday morning. Big Bird lined up against Tweety Bird. Actually, the plates of that newer yellow Jeep were Tweety. There's a Tweety in its dash. Look.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I like how you said that. Old Bull, Young Bull. That's
right.
Good.
Well, there's a joke about that.
Yeah.
You know that, right? This is the Great Western Summer Photo Album. This was Sunday morning. Coffee with some of the Greeks. Well, what do you think they were talking about? Football. And then it came around to hockey, of course. That hat I was wearing, bottom left is the Knuckles Nylon lid.
Nice.
Limited edition. You can't buy these in stores. So that was a snippet of my weekend. What do you got? Oh, these are fan ones. Thank you, Clark. Nice work. So this was submitted by Adam up near Theodore. He was making hay. Literally making hay.
I love that.
Well, the sun shone. Okay, let's roll. Thanks for sending these in, by the way. This was the Grey Cup Fun Police guys. They said this is the first time they've gotten together in over a year. They all got together, and it looks like they pounded some Great Western there. So, and that was Susan. She was by the pool on this hot weekend, and I appreciate everybody. Nice work, you guys, pulling this out of the fire because it was like 30 minutes ago we did this. I guess you didn't get your photo in.
That's okay. I'll
post
a little later on. I'll post mine on Instagram. And
so, by the way, share with us how you're enjoying the summer and get a chance to be featured on the RP Show by using the hashtags RP Show and GW Beer Summer. Great Western Lager is the new great tasting beer to enjoy this summer. Locally made. Get your Great Western Lager at a store near you. And I'm going to get into your comments in a moment, but please, let's hit the quick six show topics. Jordan, thank you. Well, number one, I think you know that these are topics of importance to me. Maybe not in the world, but these are of importance to me. So number one is the home run derby tonight. And you know what I immediately think? Chris Berman. Are they going to dust off Boomer to call the play-by-play on ESPN tonight? Because I immediately, as soon as I hear HR Derby, I think back. And after like the third home run, I'm sick of it.
I know. Everyone, back. Oh, it's so good.
You come up with something, yeah.
It's iconic, but yeah. You got to just wait. You can't use it for everyone.
But it's Boomer and Berman. So, yeah. So, Darren's like, hey, I was on the lake all weekend, paddleboarding, kayaking. I don't know. What do I need to know about the home run derby? So I'm going to tell you. Okay. The Shohei Ohtani Show at Coors Field tonight starts with the All-Star Home Run Derby, with fans wondering how far the Angels' two-way sensation and other sluggers can hit the ball in Denver's thin air. Ohtani leads the majors with 33 home runs, his most recent blast being a titanic upper deck drive in Seattle over the weekend. He's the top-seeded contestant in an 8-player field that also includes 2019 champ Pete Alonso, Juan Soto, Matt Olson, Trey Mancini, Joey Gallo, the Canadian, Salvador Perez, and local favorite Trevor Story of the Rockies. There's 8.
Okay.
Vladdy's not in it. But we're still going to be watching, right? That's the poll question today for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center. Will you be watching the Home Run Derby tonight? And what are they saying on Facebook, Moose? What are they saying? Or do we know yet?
Doesn't look like we know yet. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
67% say no.
Come on!
It's always fun.
Twitter, 68% saying no, they're not going to be watching the Home Run Derby. So clearly, it's not their number one.
Has the pitcher
topic.
ever won the Home Run Derby?
No. This guy's doing things that nobody's ever before done, as you know.
Yeah.
It's the first time that a guy's gone into the All-Star game as a pitcher and a hitter. So, yeah, that's number 1 for me, and that's tonight. Okay, let's move on. Point 2. CFL training camps opened over the weekend. We were talking in our morning meeting that we're enjoying the coverage across the land. What can we say? They're running around in the sunshine, and you would think that everything's hunky-dory. Cody Fajardo's throwing, Brett Lowther's kicking field goals. Everything seems fine. So we're happy that the CFL's back.
That's right.
Point 3, Martavis Bryant listed on the Toronto Argonauts suspended list on Saturday, which got alarm bells ringing because it's not the first time Martavis Bryant's been suspended by a league. The Pittsburgh Steelers, great, but he's with the Argos now, or he's trying to get with the Argos now. But as we learned over the weekend, he's having passport issues getting into Canada. If I may, as a guy who worked in the Canadian Football League for 20 years, the American players, a lot of times, they don't have a passport. Why would I need to leave America? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Martavis Bryant is that, but he's had some issues in the past. I think we all know that. So Martavis Bryant's trying to get into Toronto. That's the deal with him being suspended. And I think we all want to see him. We want to see him get there and play, right?
Yeah,
maybe the other receivers don't want to see him get there. But.
Well, it's such a big group of receivers, so many names on that list. So that'll be the most interesting position battle of any across the entire CFL, is that Argonauts receiver group. And we really want to see Martavis Bryant as part of it. Absolutely.
I'm going to sprinkle in a few of our viewer comments here. Dan Bergson says, hey, from Brandon. Howdy, Dan. And hello to Brandon. Mike Horrigan in Toronto says, no to all things All-Star Game related in all sports. Woo. Aren't you a lot of fun? A wet blanket, some would say.
Yes.
Nelson Vo, our content curator, says, Carl Ravitch is on the call for the Home Run Derby tonight. He's pretty good. He's one of ESPN's main voices, and he called KBO baseball last year.
That's right.
How about that? From his living room.
How about that?
Chris Bird in Toronto says, I spent the weekend in central Ontario, and then it just slipped off the screen. Sweeping up dead mosquitoes and inhaling PIC. What does that say?
Yeah, PIC coil smoke. Is that from is that the anti-bug repellent things?
Oh,
those candles, maybe?
Okay.
That's my guess.
Now that he says that, yeah. Well, hey, sounds like a typical summer weekend for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I got to move along here. Point 4. Stories come out from 3downnation.com this morning, and I had it sent to me by several players. You can go to 3Down Nation right now and read it. See, some CFL teams are denying players their wage subsidy payments. And so they just got over the potential for illegal workouts last week. I think we covered all that. And now they're not paying the guys their wage subsidy. And the players are sending that to me. As is in my commentary this morning on Cat Country and Rock 98.5. I'm trying to stay out of this. I got other things to talk about and worry about. But the players and the agents are sending me all this information because it's not right. What's sad is, do you really care? Do you fans really care? What did Jeff the Stamps fan say last week? He said, hey, they're playing games. Everything must be fine. Why are you pointing out the problems? So I'll tell you what. There's a clank coming from the engine, but let's just turn up the radio and let's go. Come on. Isn't that what we do?
Yeah.
Let's not listen to the noise.
I've always said that's the best mechanic is a good stereo, right? Just crank it up louder than the problems until the car doesn't move anymore, though. That's the other problem.
No. The problems fix themselves. Didn't you know that?
That's what I've been told. It's... here's the thing. I don't think teams would withhold subsidy payments if it was not allowed somewhere under some loophole or if it wasn't legal, right? I don't think that there's illegal activity happening here. But if you're operating in bad faith, that's a complete different game. And I don't have time for that. So clearly none of this has been communicated with the players, and they're surprised, and it's kind of operating in bad faith.
It is. I think with last week's workout that may or may not have been legal, I think it was an oversight because I know the guys that were involved. But if the Riders pay those players and the Alouettes too for their full season salary, then there won't be a problem. But we just don't quite know if that's going to happen yet. But I suspect that the players will get paid. But as far as not paying the players and getting them their benefits, it's just like, wasn't Nike found to be a sweatshop? Didn't kill them. You still wore their runners, sneakers, whatever you call them in America. I've been told that they don't call them runners in the States.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever. You don't care. You don't care. Making minimum wage. Whatever. Play ball.
When the tickets are sold and you're at the game, you're not going to really worry about these issues. And that's what I always think about, was whether it's the XFL, whether it's this issue. Do the fans really care? You know,
that's what I'm asking.
And they don't want to hear that the game's in trouble. The business of this game is in trouble because the game that they watch every weekend is great. The players and coaches and the on-field product is fantastic. So they don't want to hear that there's other issues.
Let's turn up the radio and step on it. Sean is watching from Game Plus Television, downtown Toronto, and he says, Sean McCormick, right? Head of programming there? Regarding the home run derby tonight, he says, I'll be tuning in as background noise tonight. I wish there was a little more personality in the derby tonight. I'm going with an Ohtani-Olsen final. Let's do it. We're going to be watching. We all want Shohei to win, don't we? No, wait a minute. Joey Gallo, I think. He's a Toronto guy, Sean. A lot of people don't like Joey Gallo, though. Whatevs.
Yeah.
Hey, the warm-up, by the way, is brought to you by Ecol Electric, your complete electrical distributor with locations in Regina, Estevan, Swift Current, Yorkton, and Moose Jaw. Ecol Electric, let's get to work right after coffee. I got to get moving here. 0.5, McGregor Poirier. So it was Saturday night. We went to it. You saw the photo from it. I don't know how much to say other than I don't think Conor McGregor is a nice guy. I find him infinitely entertaining. Best part of the night was Poirier just surgeon-like in the interview after, just eviscerating Conor McGregor.
Oh, yeah.
And everything that he said was so philosophical and deep. I'm like, I love this guy. But I'm like, why are you interviewing Conor McGregor when he's sitting in the corner with his ankle flopping like this? He's in shock, and you're interviewing him. That's wrong. Don't you think?
Joe Rogan's crouched down. So, Conor, tell me about that ankle.
Oh.
I'm surprised Conor didn't start, giving it to Joe Rogan a little bit, but he wanted to give it back to Poirier, and then Poirier was giving it to the fans too. Yeah. Everybody that was booing him. It was, you know what? It was wildly entertaining, and all that happened after the fight. Usually, it's a lot of respect, right, between fighters, even when they hate each other. These two really hate each other, and it did set up another meeting if they want it.
Yeah.
It did set it up.
Well, and I hope that it happens, but it was just a lot of fun. Hey, the comments have come in on that CFL news. William May, watching in Lloydminster, says, more negative talk on the league and teams. Let's play ball. That's what I'm saying. Who cares if the players aren't being paid or they're in unsafe work condition? Who cares? Just play. Why would I even bring it up, Darren? What's wrong with me?
I know.
You don't care as fans? 0.6, the Euro 2020 championship game on Sunday. Yes, I watched it. I was encouraged to do so. And you know what, Moose? I didn't hate it. It was fun. Yeah. Now, I tuned in late because I was watching a Rattlers game, a replay on Sunday on Access Television, and then I flipped over with about 85 minutes was up on the clock. So what does that tell you?
Okay.
5 minutes
over.
to go?
Yeah.
Yes. And then I went to overtime, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. 1-1. I think I would have liked to have seen them be a little more urgent in their play. But I went to penalty kicks. And, not that I'm any expert here at all, but Italy won 3-2. And I see people are writing in about the guys that missed the kicks for England. They're being threatened racially and all this stuff. And people are asking what's going to happen to them. I hate seeing the racial stuff, but at least I can say it's not just us. It's happening over there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Is it ever going to go away? Probably don't think so. But anyways, I enjoyed it on Sunday, and I watched it, and I'm trying to expand my horizons sports-wise. So thank you for encouraging me to watch. Wimbledon, go.
Novak Djokovic won, and now he's tied with Federer and Nadal for the most all time. He's just so good. He's so good. And the Italian didn't have much of an opportunity in the final. And away we go. Canadians took a really big step with Felix and Dennis both reaching the quarters, and Dennis obviously getting to the semi. They're really, really close. So tennis in this country is really, really strong.
Djokovic is the guy that nobody likes, right?
Not a big fan.
Yeah.
Not a big fan.
And for that reason, I like him.
Good.
He's got pizzazz. He's got chutzpah. And I was happy to see him win. Jeff, the Stampeders fan, says, for those who have ever noticeably broken a bone, Rod just described it perfect. It's the shock, not the pain, that gets you initially. Right? Only been in sports my entire life. If you ever want to know anything, ask me. I know stuff. Didn't even get to NBA Finals. Didn't even get to the National Football League, which incidentally, there's nothing going on in the NFL. But I'm watching ESPN every day. Get up. That's all they're talking about.
Of course.
Just pointing that out. So for the leagues that want to go away for a while and just hide, go ahead. But the NFL is going to come in and eat your lunch. But just on the NBA Finals thing, the Suns are up 2-1. We got a series. Watched that one last night. You sat with a couple of Greeks the other night. Did you notice how they talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo like he's family?
Oh, yeah. No, it's true. It's really true. They think he's one of their own.
Talking about Yanni. They call him Yanni.
I know. Like, insane. And the Bucks needed that win. I mean, you can't go down 3-0. So game 4, it might be the series, right? Mm-hmm. Game 4 might be the series. I mean, the Bucks can take this thing right over.
We got Dregs coming up next, and I just see people want to get into this, and this might be a good topic today. Where is it? Oh, Chris Bird in Toronto says, worst way to end any kind of championship game. And I think Jeff, the Stamps fan says, so if penalty kicks work so well in soccer, why can't they in hockey? I'll answer, because it's supposed to be a team game, not a skills competition or have individuals win or lose it, because look what's happening to the guys that missed their penalty kicks. Now they're being threatened physically, racially. So why doesn't hockey want it? Because hockey are supposed to be a team game. That's what's wrong with it. But soccer will go on until Friday if they don't. So they got to have a shootout in soccer. Boom. No charge. You're welcome. This has been the warm-up for Ecole Electric. Dregs next. And Brad Kraft from the Rattlers pro basketball team coming up in hour 2. You're watching the RP Show on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Ultimate Fan Zone. Shop online. UltimateFanZone.ca. Slick, user-friendly. We built this site for the die-hard sports fans. Jerseys, hats, team apparel. Offering officially licensed fan gear from the best lines in sports. Nike, New Era, Adidas, Fanatics. Game day ready to your door. Now, just a click away. UltimateFanZone.ca. Or check us out on Facebook and Instagram. UFZ Downtown Moose Jaw. Home of everything authentic.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say, and I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back. Just want to encourage you to vote on the poll today for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center. Will you be watching the MLB Home Run Derby tonight? Over 60% of you saying you will not. What are they saying now? Yeah, 67% say no. We are in the 33% over here.
That's right.
We're going to be watching it tonight, of course, because we're sports guys. And you know what? Who also is? Langenberg's Darren Dreger, who joins us from Toronto here today. And I appreciate it because July is a month where hockey is not a lot going on, although Dregs might disagree. Dregs, we were talking just at the end of the warm-up here about the penalty kicks to decide the Euro Championship, and people relating it to hockey, saying, why can't hockey? Do you have any thoughts on how that thing went down yesterday and how hockey isn't decided like that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it, but I've never been an advocate of the shootout in hockey either. It's an individual skills competition. That's always been my position, specific to the NHL. Soccer, I guess, is a little bit different, and I am far from a soccer aficionado. Let's be clear on that. I'm a fringe fan, to be sure, but it's a spectacle event. I mean, it's Euro 2020, so I watched every minute of it. How long does a soccer match go before there has to be an end to it? There has to be a conclusion. You get into the penalty time and all that, and I mean, it could be endless. It really could be. So I understand and I can appreciate why they end it in the fashion that they do, but it looks like a guessing game out there. I mean, these guys are so superbly talented, but I mean, you see the goalie go one way and, the guy kicks it into the open net and you're like, how does that happen? It's literally a guessing game. So I wish there was a better way to end it in soccer because I didn't like seeing it end that way.
Somebody wrote it and said, take the goalies out of the nets. So maybe they're kicking long shots. I don't know. But isn't it great, Dregs? Every time you come on, we end up talking about things that you never would have dreamt that we're going to talk about. And how are you on analytics, i.e. 3-on-3 has solved regulation overtime in the National – it's worked better, I think, than they thought that it would. We don't see shootouts hardly ever.
Yeah, and look, I don't know how you feel about this. 3-on-3 is gimmicky as well. And that was the position of many NHL general managers. But the NHL knew when they introduced the shootouts and the number of games that were being decided by the shootout that they were going to have to be okay with 3-on-3 just because it was a better option. Commissioner Bettman liked the idea that the less educated hockey fan was entertained by the shootout. So there were some who wanted to abolish the shootout back in the day entirely. And if I had to say, I would have been in that grouping to be sure, but that wasn't going to be an option. The commissioner just didn't want to do that and take away an entertaining
piece of what kept the fringe fan coming back to the National Hockey League. So, what's the next best scenario? And that was 3-on-3. There are still people that don't have an appreciation for 3-on-3. I do, because it ends games more often than going to the shootout. And I sound like a broken record talking about the shootout. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with 3-on-3. I think that anytime you've got the best skilled players and coaches who are willing to change, they'll put 3 forwards out there. In certain cases, I've seen 3 defensemen, believe it or not, out there. So there are lots of things that coaches have tweaked about 3-on-3 that have made it a little bit more palatable for the traditionalists.
I'm a fan too, and there's no more bigger traditionalist than me. I'm like you. And speaking of all that, you snickered when I said there's not much going on in the NHL in July. You snickered. And I just think of your boy John Paddock, who goes to Clear Lake for all of July. He's like, that's my 1 month. But that's a junior guy. But I think he did it in Pro too. The game's changed. But so if I'm wrong, what is going on in the National Hockey League besides big expansion draft this week and some free agency stuff? I guess there is a lot, huh?
Yeah, there is a lot, Rod. There's 2 general managers meetings, in fact, happening today. One of them is specific to the expansion draft. Really, it's just an NHL refresher, reminding the general managers of what the day is going to be like on July 21st. I'm sure they'll talk about the first round on July 23rd and the following rounds on July 21st, 4th, that is, and virtually what that's going to look like. But they'll also go through the business matters, and there'll be a dozen or so different updates. So I don't expect that we're going to have any big news, breaking news today out of the GM meetings, just more reminders of what's coming in the month of July. And frankly, there's a lot. I mean, I've had multiple conversations with agents and general managers this morning. Some of these GMs wish that there was more going on in terms of the trade conversation, but not to take it completely off track here, but I think it's pretty clear, Rod, that NHL execs learned from getting fleeced by Kelly McCrimmon and George McPhee when Vegas came into the league, right? So there's a recognition, a realization, an acceptance, if you will. Look, the Seattle Kraken have paid hundreds of millions of dollars in expansion fees. So they deserve a roster that is going to at least be competitive. That's really what you're paying for out of the gate. So rather than try and coerce Ron Francis, the GM of the Kraken, into staying away from player X and looking more at player Y with a sweetener, whatever that is, a prospect, a draft pick, whatever, I think GMs have just realized that, you know what, I'm just going to have to put the best protected list that I feel looks after all of my key elements down on the table on the 17th of July and then hope for the best. Because I know I'm losing one piece, but why would I lose 2, maybe even 3? So just kind of take your poison and roll with it. And I think that's been a little bit frustrating for some of the GMs who want to be more active, perhaps, or maybe even frustrating for Ronnie Francis, who was hoping to follow the template that was established by the Golden Knights.
You're the ultimate insider, Dregs. Have you got any advanced looks at predicted lists yet? Anything you can dish?
No, because truthfully, right now they're written in pencil. Guys are probably having internal debates on a day-by-day basis, maybe even hourly now, right? And where it gets even more complex is the fact that the Seattle Kraken will get a crack at all the pending unrestricted free agents in advance of the rest of the league, right? So, that kind of gums it up a little bit as well. If you're a team that has cap space, wants to do some shopping, and here comes the Seattle Kraken in advance, and you get a look. Now, agents and players have gotten more savvy. Why wouldn't you, have a full look at the entire league as opposed to just taking the term and the money that the Seattle Kraken are going to offer up? So, we're going to have some mock lists, I believe. Craig Button is the man on the job for that one, probably at some point this week on TSN, tsn.ca. But a lot of these lists, Rod, are pretty obvious. It's just subtraction by looking at what you have and the pieces that you have to protect. What's going to be more interesting for me is, again, that hand in hand with unrestricted free agency. And I'll give you an example. There's ongoing discussion between the Boston Bruins and Taylor Hall. Well, is it likely? It's certainly possible that Hall's deal agreement would be in place before July 21st to extend in Boston, if they can get that deal worked out. They're not going to make that deal official by the 21st. Why would you? Because then you've got to protect Taylor Hall and expose somebody else. You might as well just have the in-the-drawer agreement, provided both sides can trust each other, and then you sign the contract at any point after July 21st. So I think we're going to see more than a few players take that approach with the clubs that they're with.
Well, Dregs, just as a goalie aficionado, a goalie fan, and nobody's watching, okay? So just who do you think? we won't hold you to this. Who will be the Kraken's goalie, do you think? The number one. Who's the Marc-Andre Fleury of the Seattle Kraken, do you think?
I mean, they might have the best of both situations here. I'm a Freddie Anderson fan, Rod. I am. I think that he is an undervalued goaltender, both in how he can play and contract as well. I mean, he's a $5 million goaltender. It's not chump change, don't get me wrong. But there are some who think that he should take less to stay with the Toronto Maple Leafs, so they've got the 1 and the 1A in Jack Campbell and Freddie Anderson. I've always been an advocate for the unrestricted free agent because they've earned their right to see where the best fit is, both financially and from a hockey perspective. But for me, Freddie Anderson would be a nice place to start if I were the Seattle Kraken. He still has tons of game left. And then, you look at some of the other guys who we don't officially know who's going to be available, but there are going to be some intriguing names. I can't imagine that goaltending is going to be an issue for the Seattle Kraken out of the gate.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, lastly, what's up for the summer? Moose wanted me to ask you, coming home or what's going on?
So before we get there, I gotta mention something to you guys. I wasn't sure it was you, but you're a big guy, Rod. I can pick guys. I can pick people out of the crowd, right? And I was in Montreal for Game 3 and 4, and I know on social media you guys were in Montreal in Game 3 and 4. And it was an off day, and I was walking to the Starbucks right by the arena, right? And I'm pretty sure I saw you two guys walking way ahead of me. And I was going to yell, but I didn't.
Why wouldn't you?
What if it's, I don't know. It felt like such a prairie thing to do. Hey, Rod, is that you, Rod? So I didn't. But now in hindsight, I should have, because it probably was you. Were you at the Starbucks?
Of course.
The arena?
And by the way, everybody else yelled at me. Sean Reynolds, Knuckles Nyland. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I apologize.
I would have loved to have had a coffee with you again. Next time.
Yeah. But quickly, what I'm doing for this summer, you'll appreciate this because you know that I adhere to my prairie roots. So I bought so they call them cottages here in Ontario. In the West, a lot of them referred to as cabins. So we're calling ours a cabbage. It's a combination of cottage and cabin. So I bought a cabbage on Lake of the Prairies. And Lake of the Prairies is near Russell, Manitoba, as you probably know.
Yep.
But the Manitoba side, Manitoba's on the east side of the lake, Saskatchewan's on the west side of the lake. I grew up, Langenburg is about 30 minutes from Lake of the Prairies, 25, 30 minutes. So we just bought a place. So I'm going to slide in there for August. Yeah.
Oh, enjoy it, man. Enjoy your cabbage. And you got it. That just serves your roots. Manitoba and Saskatchewan. I love it. It's perfect, Dregs.
Exactly.
Okay. Thanks for the time, my man. And enjoying all your stuff. Keep it up. And maybe we'll see you next month.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me again, Rod.
The great TSN's Darren Dreger, their NHL insider, joining us from the T-Dot. And he's coming home. Just for the summer.
Yeah.
How about that, Moose?
That's good.
How about that?
I wish he'd yelled.
Oh, come on. How does he not yell?
Yeah, but I guess if he yells and it's not you, then you got TSN's Darren Dreger just yelling all over downtown Montreal.
It's like we're leaving him hanging.
I know.
Oh, well. What a good time. Next time. Sports update coming up. Viewer takeover. And people want to get into... How's this? I'm going to talk Euro 2020.
I know.
How about that?
Let's do it.
And probably some CFL stuff, whatever comes up. You're watching the RP Show on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest-growing sports talk show.
Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms? Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Monday. Good afternoon to our friends in the East. Good morning to our friends in the West. And we've got a lot to get to today. This seems, as I jump into the sports update here, like so yesterday, Moose.
Yeah.
Giannis Antetokounmpo had 41 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists as the Milwaukee Bucks pounded Phoenix 120-100 in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. So the Suns' lead's been cut to 2-1. That was the first Bucks win since 1974. I love the hashtag Fear the Deer. Milwaukee Bucks. Can we use that for the Edmonton Elks? Fear the Deer. Can we?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You people in Edmonton, would you be upset if we said Fear the Deer with the Elks? Is that not inclusive? What family of primates is that?
Yeah, I know,
Elks,
right? They're mammals.
Deer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fear the Deer. Anyways, Game 4 Wednesday in Phoenix, which, by the way, what is with these gaps in games in the NBA Finals?
I know.
Why do they do that?
I don't know.
Can anybody tell us why they play Sunday and the next game's not till Wednesday? You know, back in the day, Moose, they used to play every night.
But they're not traveling either. It's not like you're going between cities.
I wondered. Tristan's watching. He says, I love you, Roddy. I love you too, Tristan. Thank you. I wondered if the Suns would go home in between games. Like, what are you going to do in Milwaukee for 3 days?
Yeah, besides be distracted. Oh, I'd had them on cheese. And eat cheese. I'd be on a charter out of there like after the game's over.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Be in your home facility, fly back out.
I say that with all due respect because we've got a lot of viewers in Milwaukee. Well, Wisconsin. Specifically, Dean Tix, who watches every day from Green Bay. I'm just saying. If the Suns went home, I don't think we'd be surprised.
They're not touring the city. Right? They're there. It's a business trip, in and out.
Uh-oh. I trust this guy. David Ice is watching in Winnipeg, and he says, according to CFL News, Blue Bombers running back Andrew Harris left the field early today and didn't return. Where is Andrew on my desk here? Where is he?
He's just in front of, yeah, there you go.
Andrew Harris making news. You know that when those Riders went down last week and the Alouettes too, it's in the column that's at rodpedersen.com today, Out of the Tunnel, saying that was just the start of it. I think we all know that, right?
Yeah.
Say a prayer for Andrew Harris. Rub his body. It's like Bob, the voodoo thing.
I know.
Bob Marrier, long story. Anyways, speaking of hoops, the Hamilton Honey Badgers erased a 17-point second-half deficit to shock the Niagara River Lions by a score of 78-76 on Sunday afternoon at the First Ontario Centre in Hamilton. You know I'm really getting into the CEBL, right?
I know.
I learned yesterday that there's no such thing as a river lion. It's a mythical Niagara creature.
Okay.
Like a kraken.
But there's a folklore here.
Yeah.
Okay.
How cool is that?
That's cool.
It's like there's no such thing as Ogopogo. There's no such thing as a Seahawk.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ricky. Ricky the iguana just popped up. He knows. There's no such thing as a sea. I don't think there's anything as a tiger cat. What are you looking at? You just thought of something.
Yeah.
You can't share it?
I can't share it.
Okay. Meanwhile, the Edmonton Stingers used an outstanding second quarter to pull away and defeat the Saskatchewan Rattlers 87-56 on Saturday afternoon at the SaskTel Centre. Here in the Rectangle, Rattlers now 0-6. We got their president coming up next hour, Brad Kraft. And so while the Rattlers would love to be done with the Stingers, it's not happening. The two squads meet tonight in the phone booth. SaskTel Centre, 7:30 p.m. Mountain. You can watch on CBC Gem and Twitch, and fans will be welcomed into the building. How about that?
I wonder how many they're going to get. That's my biggest question.
What's the cap?
I really don't know. Like, I mean, the arena holds 15,000, but I don't think they're selling 15,000 tickets, even with restrictions gone. Like, if they get 3,000 in there, that'll be amazing, and it'll make for a really cool atmosphere.
Chris Bird in Toronto says, is there such a thing as a honey badger? Yeah, Tyron Matthew.
How about that?
Right?
Yeah.
He's the honey badger. Colin McNulty in Ottawa says, is the River Lion the Niagara Falls version of the New Jersey Devil? What are you saying? There isn't a devil? Because I can tell you there is.
How about that?
Just like there's a God, too. Don't get me going. I used to play on the Devil's team. Now I play on God's team. I can tell you which team's better. Who do you want to play for? We win on this team. Tyler Black of Stouffville, Ontario, was the first Canadian chosen in the 2021 Major League Baseball draft. The second baseman was selected by the Milwaukee Brewers in the competitive balance round A, 33rd overall. Black played junior ball with Wright State University in Ohio, and you may know his dad, Rod Black. Atletico Ottawa scored 2 late goals to down Cavalry FC 2-0 in the Canadian Premier League. Malcolm Shaw broke the scoreless draw in the 75th before Antoine Coupland sealed it in the 7th minute of second half stoppage time. Are they the first league to allow fans in this country, the CPL? Or was it the CEBL?
No,
the NHL, I guess, with the Habs.
Yeah, the NHL would be with the Habs.
How about that? Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. have formally announced they will fight August 21st. The two fighters will meet at T-Mobile Arena in Vegas for Spence's WBC and IBF welterweight titles. The 42-year-old Pacquiao is a senator in his native Philippines. Hasn't fought since July of 2019. This sports update for the Tap Brewhouse and drive-through liquor store and for Red Bull Canada. Red Bull gives you wings. People love my stories, and I quite often get asked, what is the most embarrassing moment of your broadcast career? And frankly, it's hard to narrow it down to one. But I was doing, this made me think of it. I was broadcasting an IBF pro boxing event in the Agrodome, and my color guy was Ken LaCusta. You remember Ken LaCusta? Canadian champion. Okay. And I was in the ring. I had to do the intro, the play-by-play. I had to host. I had to do everything. And just defer to Ken LaCusta for the color. And anyways, I'm doing my thing. It was on pay-per-view, North America wide. This was in the 90s, Moose. You were still running around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just like these lights here, by the way. Not that you can get a look at it, but they used to, maybe they still do. I'm not a real visual guy, as you know, but they have these red and blue filters and things over the lights. Have you seen that? That's what makes it look like that.
Yeah.
One of those filters caught fire. They're plastic. Did I ever tell you this story? Did I tell you? And it started dripping hot plastic onto my hand. So here's me. The building's sold out. LaCusta's gone to the bathroom, and I'm interviewing. I don't even remember who.
You're on camera.
I'm on camera. Hot plastics dripping on my hand, and I'm like, welcome, ma'am. I mean,
How about that?
I still have the marks in my hand. Look at him. He thinks it's funny.
It is funny.
What's funny about it?
Because you're here now.
Oh, yeah, I live to tell about it. But anyways, that's my boxing broadcast story. Yeah. Viewer takeover when we come back. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Capital is Regina's trusted Ford Lincoln dealership. Whether you're on the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we got you covered. And when it's time for service work, you can trust our factory-trained technicians who specialize in repairing any make or model. But don't take our word for it. Check out capitalfordlincoln.com to see how we roll and to learn about what other customers are saying about working with us. Your dealership experience should be fun, easy, and transparent. And that's what you get when you choose Capital Ford Lincoln, Regina's trusted Ford Lincoln dealership.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
In today's fast-paced world, we know you don't always have time to cook a nutritious meal. The Mad Greek in Moose Jaw's got you covered with delicious takeout and delivery specials, even for large groups or occasions. Authentic Greek cuisine, pizza, ribs, and more. There's something for everyone to enjoy. Offering licensed dining, delivery, and their takeout window is open to get your Greek to go. For more information and to view the online menu, visit themadgreekeatery.com. Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Pedersen.
Yeah, lots of time left here for viewer takeover. And now is the time that I'll get to your comments. I know that you guys have been writing in like crazy all morning long. We haven't been able to get to your comments. But do you remember, Moose, when we started this thing 523 episodes ago? We only read the comments at the end of the show.
I know.
So
now we read them throughout.
Right, and that's good, but it's just we still got to get back to what we're doing here. Right. So whatever is on your mind, let us know. I said, this is going to be fun. Somebody wrote in way back at the start, and they said, what was the question? What's better, a shootout in soccer or... Oh, it was a skills competition. They said, what's better, NBA slam dunk contest or something else? Remember that question? Somebody wrote in. Oh, home run derby or NBA slam dunk contest.
We could do them all. Home run derby, slam dunks, NHL skills comp.
Right. But my thinking is, this is the way you think. I never used to think this way. That's the entrepreneur way of thinking. Why can't we have them all? Why does it have to be one or the other?
Yeah. And I got to remember this, too. For those of you who are sitting here being like, I don't care, turning it off, not interested, All-Star games suck.
Get that a lot.
Guess what? They're not for you. The All-Star games aren't for you. You're already a fan of the game. The All-Star games are for the kids.
Yeah.
They're for the fans who aren't maybe into the game, right? Where you can showcase the talent, get to know the players. You get lots of one-on-one time with the cameras. Because I loved all of those things as a kid. Like them a little less as an adult. I'm just not quite as into them as I was. But the kids are, and that's what they're there for. And we lose sight of that. We only want to market things and do things for ourselves.
Yeah.
We got to do them for other people.
Well, I guess it's people need to crap on things, and maybe I'm not the one that should be talking about that. But I just remember the NHL All-Star game when they broke. I don't even know if they still do this. When they went to 4-4, it was the one John Scott was in, and he won the MVP. Yeah, I tuned it in because I'm an All-Star game guy. I love it. I'll be watching the home run derby tonight. But I was like, why are we doing this? Like, if I wanted to go watch rec hockey, I would go down to the Cooperators Arena and go watch rec hockey. They're not putting any effort in. Those guys will be putting effort in tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But I'm not going to go crap on it because a lot of people love that.
And the kids love it.
Right.
They love getting the mic'd up guys, and when the interviews are interviewing the goaltender while he's playing the game, right? You know, and they talk to whoever the Carey Price or Marc-Andre Fleury in net. Like, it's cool. The kids love that stuff. And the real big diehard hockey fans do too, I think, deep down. So it's fun when you can do that and take a break and just enjoy the game.
I'm trying to get to as many comments as I can. Zach Nelson in Calgary says, per Jeff Merrick of Sportsnet, expect Mitch Love to be announced as the new head coach of the American Hockey League Stockton Heat. Love had done excellent work with the Saskatoon Blades. And I have a Blades mug on my desk every day. So congratulations, Lover. They look at you really odd when you say, hey, Lover, when you're walking on the concourse with him and people don't know.
How about that?
How about that? Michael Alley in Los Angeles says, oh, sorry. The comments are going crazy. There was something here about the Argos joining the XFL. And I'm just not having that talk. What? Like last week, the XFL thing was dropped. Have you noticed how many people are still talking about it? Maybe you haven't noticed. I don't feel like you weren't on Twitter a lot over the weekend.
No, people are still talking about it, though. It's still news. And I don't know, they want to celebrate that, I don't know, they didn't steal our game, right? But they also didn't help our game by no deal either. So it is still news, but I don't know why it is news right now. I mean, the CFL has a season to prepare for.
Right.
And that's what's top of mind. Everything else is kind of pushed aside until we get the season underway and get through this, and then we'll start to look at, okay, how do we fix this game?
Quite a few comments here. Drew Koser writes in, he says, the Storm had their first skate last night. Wow, it felt good to be back on the ice, boys. The Brent Sutter of the Prairie Junior Hockey League checking in today. Drew Koser, glad to know you're on the ice. For sure. From Brady. Hey, Rod, arriving at work. I'll be watching the home run derby tonight. And it just slipped off my screen. Can you guys find that? They're coming in too fast. Well, doesn't matter. He texted the same thing to this phone, too. Same thing. Kid's got busy fingers.
He's very thorough.
Hey, Rod, on my way to work, I'll be watching the home run derby tonight. Possibility to witness history tonight by Shohei Ohtani. It's starting to rev up in the CFL world. My friends and I are excited and pumped for the season to start. Bring on the Jesus sprinkles. We'll continue at an hour 2. Brad Kraft of the Rattlers coming up after this break on Game Plus TV.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Ultimate Fan Zone. Shop online. UltimateFanZone.ca. Slick, user-friendly. We built this site for the die-hard sports fans. Jerseys, hats, team apparel, offering officially licensed fan gear from the best lines in sports. Nike, New Era, Adidas, Fanatics. Game day ready to your door. Now, just a click away. UltimateFanZone.ca. Or check us out on Facebook and Instagram. UFC Downtown Moose Jaw. Home of everything authentic.
Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions is Saskatchewan's only full-service supply chain company. Strategic sourcing, PO creation, and order expediting, VMI and vending solutions, and free delivery are just a few of the supply chain services we provide. If your company needs it, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions can get it for you. Price, quality, service, Rockstar Supply Chain Solution is helping Saskatchewan companies buy better.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact
In UFC 264, it's going to be the rubber match. And I'm asking you who you think is going to win.
McGregor.
How about that?
What?
Yeah.
No, man, he's on a slide. He's going. You want to put some money on this?
Yeah, I do.
Boneless dry ribs at the fourth season.
Ooh, let's do it. This is a statement for him. If he loses again, he's done. He really needs to win. I think he's focused.
Must win for Conor McGregor.
Must win.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
It is, and it's hour 2. I feel like we got some things to drop here. Canada's daytime sports talk show is leaving the harbor for the next hour. This is what we call the second half kickoff. It's for the Four Seasons Sports Palace, your home for the UFC. And we were there Saturday night, and it was fantastic. As you just heard in the intro, I won. Darren bought my boneless dry ribs and pizza. Thank you.
I know.
I won the bet.
You're welcome. You did.
Thank you to the...
Even though it wasn't really a win, it was more of a technical...
I know. Thank you to the MMA gods, I guess, for breaking Conor McGregor's ankle. That's how I won my free ribs. So we got breaking news coming down the pipe for those that love hockey, and it is Canada, of course, so we do. And I know that it's hot as balls out there, and it's July, but we're still talking hockey. And the head coach of the Saskatoon Blades, Mitch Love, has resigned today to coach the Stockton Heat of the American Hockey League. Is it the Stockton Heat or Stockton Thunder? Doesn't matter. Same team, same city, Stockton, California. Congratulations, Lover. Mitch Love moving on. You like to see that. Talked to his agent here this morning, Robbie Fry, the great Rob Fry. They're very excited. Wonder who will coach the Saskatoon Blades now.
Yeah, good question.
Is the answer Jesus?
Probably not.
Yeah.
But I hope so. I mean, we'll see. It'll be fun watching that search happen and see what they do.
So their CFL training camps are open, and we were talking about that last hour. A lot of good news. We had, if this is to be believed, no reason to think that it's not, Andrew Harris has left the field in Winnipeg and did not return from Blue Bombers day 3 of training camp today. So we are, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Rubbing the doll. Praying for the MVP and most outstanding player of the last Grey Cup, that he's not hurt. We don't need that. That's the kind of guy that sells tickets, that makes people want to watch the games. But these players have been getting hurt more than you would think since the CFL has gotten back to work. And then I was just saying near the end of last hour, it's like, why would we even talk about the CFL-XFL merger? You heard last week that it's dead, and now the article comes out from the Canadian press, thanks a lot, guys, that the Argos might leave the CFL and go to the XFL. And even last week, I said, why is that being written about now? CFL training camps are officially open. Not we. They are kicking off August the 5th. Why are we talking about this? Jonathan Kinder is watching in Kansas City, Missouri, and he says about the merger, he says that won't be for a couple of years. This doesn't really need to be talked about. As much as I love Rod's show, it's more Canadian-oriented than American. Rod has to play to the majority audience. But what he doesn't get there is that the majority of our viewers are American.
How about that?
Analytics show that. So we sit around here and talk about this all the time on that couch right there, and it's like, what do they see in us? Because we're still talking about all those Canadian things.
I know. We're talking about what's important to us.
Why do they care? Why do they care about what we have to say? I don't know. Just do me a favor when you come to Canada, or if you have relations here, get them to support all of our sponsors.
That's right.
How about that? The source, by the way, on the Andrew Harris injury, and thank you, David Ice in Winnipeg, for sticking with us, is Ed Tate. He is a reporter for BlueBombers.com and a Canadian Football Reporter of the Year. Tristan's watching. He says, I want Tim Hunter to coach the Saskatoon Blades. Thank you, Tristan. You think Tim would want that job? Probably.
I could see it. Do I think that he'll be on the list? I don't know. They've had that playoff battle, and what the relationship's like. Possibly. He'd be a name to consider.
For sure. He'll apply.
Yeah.
Does it depend? Well, you're buddies with the owner over there. Why don't you ask them? Why don't you get on it?
Well,
what am I talking about over here?
Working on that.
Work on it over a tennis game. Is that who you're texting? Why are you so... Okay.
I'm kidding.
Lots going on here. This is the second half kickoff for the Four Seasons Sports Palace. You're home for the UFC and the Seattle Kraken fan club. Darren Dreger was with us last hour from TSN. We were talking about that expansion draft. We went deep into the expansion draft, which will go this weekend, right, Clark? Saturday? 17th? Oh, it's the 21st. Okay, getting ahead of myself here. Anyways, you got to go back and watch the interview. Dreger said he saw us in downtown Montreal, but basically said he was too shy to yell. We were going into the Starbucks.
Yeah.
How does he not yell? He's like, oh, it would be such a Saskatchewan thing to yell, hey, Rod. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you? Everybody else did there. Sean Reynolds.
I know.
Chris Nyland. Who else?
Should have.
Should have.
Would have made for a great story.
Darren Dreger's shy. Breaking news. Darren Dreger's shy. What's going on today? The Tri-City Americans have announced head coach Kelly Buchberger will not return for the 2021-22 season. Wait a minute. Where's he going? He's another Langenberg guy.
Yeah.
This is my brother's roommate, AAA Moose Jaw.
Wow.
Kelly Buchberger.
Worlds colliding.
Is it 11-11?
I know. Almost. You know, that's funny. I don't know. But when they say not returning for the season, that sounds like a leave of absence. That doesn't sound like he's resigned from the hockey club. So maybe there's something going on. Maybe there's a family commitment. Maybe there's more to the Kelly Buchberger situation in Tri-City. Much more, I'm sure.
Jeff Hayes is watching, and he's the public address announcer for the Saskatoon Blades. He's watching, and he says, good for Mitch. Mitch loved going to the American Hockey League. He's going to the Apple. And he says, hate to see him go and appreciate how you keep impersonating me on the Saskatoon Blades. I love it. I love the way that he says it. David Ice in Winnipeg says the Riders have a pretty interesting player, Dion Lacey. Think he'll make a nice fit. Yeah, he had a great sim season. I'm just going to put that out there. Got an NFL contract based on what he did in the CFL sim season.
That's right.
You're welcome. So, yeah, well, the Riders need to find some linebackers here. Two of them went down with injury last week. Hey, do you want to mention the thing that our guy Luke said? Can you find it?
Yeah, I'll find it for sure. Give me a half a
While
second.
he does that, I just want to tell you the Prairie Mobile text line is open, 306-840-8777. The number's on the screen. Prairie Mobile is your authorized SaskTel mobility dealer. Find it yet?
I got it.
Okay.
So it's funny. Luke, color commentator on the Rider Radio broadcast.
Luke, Toronto guy.
He's been pretty good following training camp. He's a good follow.
It's the color voice of the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
There's some imposter on the field wearing a number 4 jersey at Riders training camp this morning. I was under the impression that this number was to be retired. And then he's got the huffing face with the smoke coming out the nose, the emoji.
Right. So what Moose, and this is for the CFL fans, this discussion. I mean, it's a hyper Saskatchewan thing, but what he's upset about is that the number 4 was worn by Darian Durant. And you said, who was the last guy to wear 4, remember?
Yeah, Cameron Judge.
He's not mad about Cameron Judge.
No, he's not.
Somebody wearing Cameron Judge's number. He's mad that somebody's wearing Darian Durant's number 4. But is it really Darian Durant's number 4? What, Clark?
It's Paxton Lynch wearing it.
Oh, it's Paxton Lynch wearing it. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I just love how this show just spins like right off the off-ramp to Crazy Town, where we didn't even expect to talk about some of these things, right?
Yeah.
For one, unpopular opinion here. I think the Saskatchewan Roughriders, have 8 retired numbers. I think it's 8. There was the 4 guys that were killed in a plane crash. And then there was 44 Aldag, 36 Ridgeway, 23 Lancaster, 34 Reed. And I think that's at 8. I've long said unretire all of them and put their names up on the stadium, but put those numbers back into use. Because you start to really limit yourself when you retire numbers. That's just an opinion. Don't at me. Don't the Leafs do that?
A lot of retired numbers that aren't in play.
There are some teams that literally do that. They didn't retire any numbers, but they just recognize in the facility that. Maybe you people can tell me who it is, which franchise it is. Maybe it's the Edmonton Elks. I just can't remember. But, and then we don't get in the debate about retiring numbers. Because as you see, Luke's getting all hot and bothered about that his boy Darren doesn't have his number retired. And I'm just like, we could sit and talk about it all day. What? It's 11:11.
Yeah, but when you pointed it out,
it was 11:11
and 11 seconds on our clock in the studio. Wild. Anyways, we've been seeing that, and if you've been following any of our social, getting out and me being on the water, the last 6 weeks or so, been in a real spiritual place mentally.
It's a God thing,
And anyways, just pointing that out.
See, now we're going down this road. Colin in Ottawa says, didn't Kerry Joseph wear number 4 for the Rough Riders too? So you win a Grey Cup as a quarterback and the green and white retire your number? Such low standards in the rectangle. You watch your mouth. You're from Ottawa. You got no room to trash talk us. Correct?
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Guys saying we got low. Give me a break. From Wayne, we can't retire every number that popular players have worn. I agree with putting numbers up instead of retiring numbers. Well, thank you. Again, nobody ever asks me, but that's just my opinion. And with God's team, the Regina Pats Hockey Club, we've got one number that was worn by 2 guys. It's going to take me a minute because it's summertime and I need to think. 16, yeah, Sillinger and Durkach. Mike Sillinger and the rat Dale Durkach, who adorns... Is that the rat? Yeah, right there.
It's funny. There's one I agree with, though. The NHL shutting down 99, right, when Wayne retired. You shut that down across the league. But where does it stop? And then I think of the NFL. If they did that, would they take 12 out of rotation for everybody? Nobody's ever wearing 12 again when Tom decides to hang it up?
Tom Edward Brady.
Are you going to say Aaron Rodgers can't wear 12 anymore? Right? I'm trying to think of who the other 12s are. But still, yeah, it's an interesting debate for sure. I don't know if there's a right answer.
Norm Fong is watching, the Hall of Fame equipment manager of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, who quite frankly oversaw a lot of this era of retired numbers. Fongo writes in and says, Rod, I agree. Honor the player, not the number. Fongo, I probably got that idea from you. It was not an original. It was not an RP original. Jonathan Kinder in Kansas City, Missouri. He says, Rod could fix a lot of things in sports if people would just let him. Rod for CFL commish. I can't take the pay cut.
How about that?
I'm telling you. What did I say when the XFL-CFL merger talk began? I'm like, finally. I've been saying this for 20 years. I would have jumped off a bridge, or you're going to find me at the bottom of the lake, and they're like, oh my God, he's dead now. We should have listened to him. But he couldn't take being stoned by everybody. So he just ended it. We should have listened to him.
If only we knew.
If only we knew. This guy's a bloody savant. This guy in Kansas City can figure it out. From Jeff in Winnipeg. LOL, Rod with a spontaneous anger. Can you imagine if it was someone from the Hammer that said that? That said what? I'm not angry about these things. I'm just saying one day you will listen to me. Eventually everybody does. Or they don't, but whatever. I'm sitting here today on Game Plus TV. Keep going up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Where the heck is it? Colin in Ottawa again says, shutting down 42 in baseball is a good call, too. Breaking a racist caste system in professional baseball was a great achievement for Jackie Robinson. For sure. We could sit here all day and talk about retired numbers. I'm not anti-retiring numbers. It's just some teams get a little too liberal with it and they retire too many numbers. And then they run out of numbers and the equipment guys are pulling out their hair.
Yeah.
Right? When does I used to think that we're going to start seeing guys in hockey and football, but is there a guy in baseball that have triple-digit numbers?
I was going to say 3 digits.
In baseball, there has been, I think.
Yeah. Well, you do 2 digits, but you start saying, okay, but it only gives you 10 more numbers, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2. Can you imagine 3-digit numbers?
Why not? Why not? It's a whole new world of...
Yeah.
Andrew Komet, watching on Facebook, says, Rod for Prime Minister. That ain't going to happen either because they asked. You know that story, right?
I do.
Hey, Rod, would you consider running for our political party federally? How about no? But we think you are cabinet material. That doesn't make me want to do it anymore. How about no?
How about that?
John in Winnipeg. John Ohm. We are your disciples, Rod. In Rod we trust. So the more I try and tick them off, the more they follow in line. I don't get it.
I know.
Tonight's a very special night in the phone booth, SaskTel Center. They'll be welcoming fans to the CEBL game between the Saskatchewan Rattlers and the Edmonton Stingers. Their president and CEO, Brad Kraft, will join us next, and I'm predicting a very smooth interview with Brad Kraft. Get it? Smooth?
Kraft peanut butter.
He's on his phone. You're watching the RP Show on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash on rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
At Capital Ford Lincoln, we don't just sell vehicles, we buy them too. You know how we always have such a big inventory with an amazing selection? That's because we buy all makes, all models, and all years. We're going to give you the best price every time. And you don't even have to buy from us. All you have to do is visit us online or in-store, answer a few questions about your vehicle, and we'll get you a great offer. We'll even cut you a check on the same day. So save yourself the hassles of selling privately and sell it to us. Because at Capital Ford Lincoln, we'll buy it.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
In today's fast-paced world, we know you don't always have time to cook a nutritious meal. The Mad Greek in Moose Jaw's got you covered with delicious takeout and delivery specials, even for large groups or occasions. Authentic Greek cuisine, pizza, ribs, and more. There's something for everyone to enjoy. Offering licensed dining, delivery, and their takeout window is open to get your Greek to go. For more information and to view the online menu, visit themadgreekeatery.com.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience. Laid back and kicking it, let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. RP Show continues on this Monday, July 12th. It's Canada's daytime sports talk show. And we got on the topic here about retired numbers, and I have absolutely no idea how we got on that topic. But everybody's writing in with the retired numbers of their favorite team. And if you've just joined us, my take is that they shouldn't retire any numbers. Honor the players in the facility, whatever you got to do, but put those numbers back into rotation. Nelson has written in, where the heck is it? About the Yankees and the Red Sox and all the numbers that they've retired. It's obscene. The Argo fans are writing in. CFL fans, of course. And by the way, there's breaking news out of Winnipeg today from Ed Tate, who's from BlueBombers.com, that Andrew Harris has left the field in Winnipeg from practice today on day 3 of training camp and not returned. So if we can get an update on that before the end of the day, we will. As we mentioned, it's a big night in the CEBL tonight. Every night that they play it is. It's the Saskatchewan Rattlers home tonight to the Edmonton Stingers. The president and CEO of the Rattlers is Brad Kraft. And let's get him on the screen. I know he's been on hold for a while. And Brad, I appreciate your patience on game day and joining us. And here it is. Yeah, here it is. July the 12th. Fans come into the phone booth tonight. People can watch on CBC Gem and Twitch if they're not in the area or come. But how did we get here, man, to opening your doors to fans?
A lot of hours, honestly, a lot of hours of planning, a lot of meetings with the BRT team here in the province and the government officials to make sure that we were safe and that we could do it. And then, of course, the general public just stepping up and getting vaccinated in a very swift manner, honestly, really helped get us to the point where we're at tonight.
So this is what, your third home game or fourth?
We are now 3 home games done. So we just played on Saturday on CBC TV, and now tonight is the first one with fans, and then we have one on Friday as well against Guelph, and then we are back in August.
Well, I guess it was yesterday that all the restrictions were lifted in this province. So are you full bore tonight, or are you limited capacity? I wasn't sure on that.
Yeah, no, we have full capacity. So we could put 15,000 in the building if people are willing. We have a few things that we're trying to do in terms of on the floor and keeping people distanced and back a little bit. So if you're sitting courtside, it's going to be a little bit of a different look this year, but nonetheless, you're in the building, you're sitting there, you're looking at the guys, 5 feet away from you. So it's gonna be great.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I think this nation is getting turned on to the CEBL. This is year 3. You guys already have a championship under your belt, of course. But it's going to take a while, right? We just got to keep doing things like this and get the buzz going and the talk out there. But I'm sitting there watching these games of the whole league, not just the Rattlers, and I'm like, how are they doing it? Especially this year with the travel and everything, and you're going cross like Fraser Valley's at Hamilton and Bubba. How are you doing it until tonight, Brad? Like safety wise, yeah.
Yeah, travel's been crazy. I mean, you're kind of at the mercy of airlines, obviously. So if flights aren't sold out, they're not flying. So a lot of last minute things happening. So lots of long hours, like I said, but it's all part of the fun. We want normal back, and if it takes a few hours of work to do something, so be it.
Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan Rattlers 0-6. You've made a coaching change. Chad Jacobson stepping down. You got Connor Dow in there. And I just noticed in the summary of your game from the weekend, the loss to Edmonton, that he's got interim beside his name. Can you talk about this 0-6 start for the Rattlers? Brad, this is obviously not what you needed nor envisioned.
No, yeah, I mean, it's been tough. We've, realistically, we were plagued with injuries last summer at the summer series and then a shortened timeline. And then it sort of extended this year. We came into camp with really strong looking guys, and we just had a string of injuries that went from camp and in game one and just have sort of lingered along. So we're on the tail end of it now, knock on wood. Hopefully we got a couple of guys coming back this week. I'm not sure if they'll be ready for tonight, but they'll be back. And then, then that should help us turn around. I mean, obviously moving the coach out was, with Chad stepping down was something that, sort of had to happen just based on the record alone. And I mean, Chad's been a great coach. He's been prepared. He works very hard, but we had to do what's right kind of for the team and for the fans, honestly, because at the end of the day, they're who want to see us around. So we're trying to get the ship going in the right direction. We have a few more things coming this week, with the announcement of another couple coaches kind of stepping up to help out. Connor's interim name will be there probably, just kind of in the short term while we kind of get paperwork and internal things sort of figured out. But yeah, he's great. He's got a lot of potential and he's hungry to win. So that's what we want in our guys.
Just some comments from our viewers here. David Ice in Winnipeg says, exciting basketball, CEBL. He put a link to watch online with the CEBL streaming service. He says, you get Rattlers games on it, and you get to watch live. William May in Lloydminster says, we need a win tonight. Come on, Rattlers. And I can't...
Agreed, William.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I can't understate this, Brad. One, you could get up to 15,000 tonight in the SaskTel Center. So let's reiterate that. If people want to get out of the house and go to a game, tonight is the night. Saskatchewan, Edmonton. How would they go about doing it?
Yeah, Ticketmaster.ca is the easiest. I see it's up on the screen too. The Rattlers.ca. We have all of our selling links there, and then people can call us right directly at the office too. So all of our stuff is very accessible, social media, office or online. We're doing full mobile tickets, so it's not a matter of trying to get to the office before the game. They'll be texted directly to your cell phone. You just show up, scan your screen, and in you go.
Hey, just one last thing for our viewers, because again, I've been on this train since year one because of you reaching out and I've loved it. But people are just now figuring out about the CEBL, right? It's year 3 and they're just like, what is this league? I'm getting it all the time. And then they dial it up and they love it because it's great basketball and it's fun. But this is what I didn't even know. My bracelet says 1 day at a time, Brad. I don't look too far ahead. So I'm looking at the schedule. And I'm like, boom, boom, boom. These games are coming really fast for you guys. Like, you're literally going to be done before you know it, right? Like, was this condensed on purpose? What went into the scheduling
so it
this
was
way?
condensed on purpose. I mean, we've played a few games already, but the schedule got condensed due to the COVID protocols and travel and all sorts of restrictions. Then also because of COVID, our travel in itself. So, for example, after this week, we go on the road to Ontario for like a 2-week road game tour, and then we're back on August 8th, I guess it is. So it's like after this week, it's like a 2-week break again for home games. So kind of strange, kind of tough to build momentum in your home building. But what's great is, we have a game today and then a game on Friday and then a little bit of a break. People can watch us online. And then that's where we can really pick up a bunch of wins. And then we can come home, a winning product, finish and close out the season the right way, and then head to championship weekend.
Sandra watching in Saskatoon, she says, I've got my tickets for tonight's game. Never been to a basketball game before. Very excited. At Rod Pedersen Show. Hashtag Fear the Fang. Dylan Spicer's watching in Nova Scotia says, would love if the NBLC and CEBL maybe merge so we could finally have pro basketball coast to coast. NBLC is not nearly as good as the CEBL caliber-wise. Again, boys, 1 day at a time. It works. Let's just get through this season. I'll be watching tonight, Brad, and I'll be up there shortly and soon for a game. But good luck. I appreciate all you do for us. And that win's coming tonight. Can't wait to watch it.
Thanks, Rod. Let us know if you want to come up on Friday.
Absolutely. Moose, I think we're in. I think we're free.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Brad. The president and CEO of the Saskatchewan Rattlers, Brad Kraft, joining us. Honestly, Moose. He's like,
how about that?
Over in his office. He's like, what? You don't need to. Do you want to go to the Rattlers game Friday? You're in? Okay. That's it. Were you on the phone? No. Okay. Okay. He was watering plants out in the lobby. How about that? Sports update. An all too familiar sight for sports fans in the Tampa Bay area today. The Stanley Cup winning Lightning are holding their championship boat parade. Thousands of fans are expected to line the banks of the Hillsborough River in Tampa. The Bolts also had a boat parade for last year's Cup victory, as did the NFL's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Unbelievable. And hey, we got a reporter there. Dan Goodspeed said he's going to send us photos. He better not have been joking. Well, yeah, hey, since we're in the sports update, now would be the time. We did announce this last hour. Yeah, Adam Schultz writing in says, Mitch Love named head coach of the Stockton Heat. Mitch Love was the coach of the Saskatoon Blades Western Hockey League team, and now he's going to the American Hockey League Stockton Heat. Stockton, California. And I quite frankly think that's why Mitch Love is so tough. I think that he had to his whole life battle having a last name like Love. He's very tough. And he's a very good hockey coach, too. And he has left the Saskatoon Blades for the American Hockey League. The biggest hitters in Major League Baseball will showcase their power tonight in the Home Run Derby. Among the 8 participants are Shohei Ohtani of the LA Angels, Joey Gallo of the Rangers, and defending champ Pete Alonso from the Mets. Ohtani leads the majors with 33 home runs and is the favorite to win. Clark, did I get mixed up between Joey Votto and Joey Gallo and James Gallo? It happens. No, see, I try and get my head into soccer, and then all hell breaks loose. Where's our poll? I thought I pinned it. The poll question today, will you be watching the Home Run Derby tonight? 72% of you saying no, you will not. 72% of you are a wet blanket. What's on Facebook? What is it? 63% say no, you won't be watching the MLB Home Run Derby tonight. Oh, well, it is summer. There's stuff to do, but I'll be watching. Kurt Busch asked for a final favor from Atlanta Motor Speedway's old battered track. Busch's wish came true on the track's farewell race on Sunday. Busch passed his brother Kyle with 24 laps left and won the NASCAR Cup Series race Sunday to complete a sibling weekend Atlanta sweep. It was the final race for the current track surface. It was installed in 1997 and is the oldest on the NASCAR circuit. Construction on a repaving and reprofile project is expected to begin immediately. There's some NASCAR for you, Jordan. This sports update for dubnetwork.ca, your number one source for Western Hockey League breaking news and analysis with the best team of writers across Western Canada and the Pacific Northwest. Visit today, dubnetwork.ca. We'll have all the breakdown and the latest news of Mitch Love stepping down today as head coach of the Saskatoon Blades and taking over the Stockton Heat, and maybe 5 names that'll be the next head coach of the Saskatoon Blades. And we're thinking Tim Hunter's name's going to be in there. Also brought to you by Ben Cahoon's G2G protein bars. Now with 8 amazing flavors, including my favorite, almond coconut. RP Show viewers get 20% off with the promo code RP Show. Order yours now at g2gbars.ca. Rod Monroe's watching, Clark's dad. He says, 41st wedding anniversary, Rod. The Derby will have to wait until next year. You're forgiven, Rod.
How about that?
How about that? 41 years. Regarding our poll results, that 72% of you will not be watching the Home Run Derby tonight. Chris Bird in Toronto says 72% of us are old farts. I thought old people liked baseball. Is it a late start, Clark? Because it's in Denver? Do we know? Old people don't like All-Star stuff. Okay, well, let's have a look. Let's go to the big board. My score app. Where's today's scores? There's nothing going on today in the world. It's not even on the app. What time does it start, fam? Right. It's in Colorado, so it's going to be late, and I see why people in Toronto wouldn't want to stay up for it. Listen, I got a hankering to talk about some CFL stuff when we come back. Jeff, the Stamps fan, says the home run derby would be interesting if fans of teams we oppose were used as targets. Wouldn't that be something? And Vladdy, by the way, is not in it, which is unfortunate. But Shohei Ohtani is, and there's a reason to watch right there. We'll get more into this retired number saga, too. Moose will join us next. Overtime's on the way. We're going to face off. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Capital is Regina's trusted GMC Buick Cadillac dealership. Whether you're on the market for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, we got you covered. And when it's time for service work, you can trust our factory-trained technicians who specialize in repairing any make or model. But don't take our word for it. Check out capitalgmc.ca to see how we roll and to learn what other customers are saying about working with us. Your dealership experience should be fun, easy, and transparent. And that's exactly what you'll get when you choose Capital GMC, Regina's trusted GMC Buick Cadillac dealership.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives, focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Oh, yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back, everybody. And we are live and in color. The moose is loose. I feel like I really startled you.
Well, no, when the first time I'm like, okay, he yelled. I'm like, look, no, we're still in the show. I thought we were in a commercial, which is what usually happens. Then when you yelled a second time, I'm like, oh, it must be something. So I better get out here and check it out.
Yeah, we got the Rattlers game to go to Friday night.
You know, it's like mom and dad yelling at you, wait a minute, I'll get to you. But then when you yell a second time, it's like, okay, I'm coming.
How about that? I'm excited. Are you ready to answer some viewers' questions here the rest of the way?
Let's do it.
We're going to start viewer takeover early because I got out of I did the sports update already because he wasn't here. So, there's big news today out of Winnipeg. The reigning most outstanding Canadian from the Grey Cup and the MVP, Andrew Harris, left practice early today, day 3 of training camp. And David Ice, I really appreciate you being on this, David, by the way, in Winnipeg. He's written in and he says, according to Mike O'Shea, the head coach of the Blue Bombers, said this of Andrew Harris leaving practice early today and not returning. Quote, he had an appointment he had to get to, unquote.
How about that?
What kind of appointment? His nails?
That's...
He's getting his oil changed? He's a professional football player. Come on.
That's coach speak, okay? Can you tell me what the injury is? Yeah, he's got a hangnail. You know? Upper body injury, he's got a hangnail. That's Mike O'Shea saying he had an appointment to get to. Meaning he's not telling you what's happening. He's not telling you how Andrew Harris is. He didn't have an appointment to get to, okay? That's just coach speak. Got a hangnail. I'm not telling you what my injury is.
Well, and that's my thing is I want to believe these coaches
He didn't have an appointment scheduled for the second half of day 2 of training camp.
How do you know?
This was, 6-month waiting list. Took me a long time to get in, Coach.
It's a specialist.
Coach, I got this.
It's a specialist
dermatologist appointment.
Hey, he had a haircut booked for 1 o'clock. What the hell's wrong with you guys?
It's the only time they could fit me in.
David in Winnipeg says, exactly. Oh, boy. Yeah. And here come all the... We're not getting into his history of... You know what I mean.
That's over.
It's a new year. It's actually 2 years after.
Yeah.
Tacona Powley in Winnipeg says, I'm sure they're being extra cautious in Bomberland. Don't stir the pot, Riderland. We're not stirring anything. Your best player just left practice and we're told that he had an appointment. Do they think we're dumb? He's the best hairstylist in Winnipeg, okay? Really hard to get into.
Got to look clean for game day.
High and tight. Right here.
He does look pretty good.
Had an appointment. Well, David says if it's a dentist appointment.
You know what? Maybe he was, no joke, maybe he was scheduled in to get his second COVID shot. Had his little appointment at the pharmacy.
Jeff in Calgary, the Stamps fan, says, will you eat crow tomorrow if he really did have an appointment? That is a Texas 10-4. Absolutely, I will. If you can prove that he had an appointment, what's it going to take? Photos? His vaccination card with a date?
Yeah, that would be one.
As somebody said, they're like, the fans in Winnipeg have to be vaccinated to go to the games, but the players don't. How about that? That's not an anti-Winnipeg. Believe me, we're one with Winnipeg. We're all good. It's just the oddness of the... I don't need to explain it to you. You're smart people, right? You don't have to be vaccinated to be a CFL player. You don't. But you do have to be vaccinated to go to the games.
Well, Dad, how come you can do that and I can't? Because I can, okay? Like, that's exactly what it is.
Because I said so.
Because I said so.
Oh, this is getting good. Tyler Wood says it's an appointment to get his Achilles put back in. Todd Pinks, he's picking up chicken for the boys for after practice. That was a Rider thing. Remember they had the chicken, what do they call it? Chicken squad?
Oh, yeah.
They played chicken.
These guys needed jobs in the offseason, become Uber drivers and skip the dishes drivers. He took a call.
Yeah, right. You never know. Chris Bird says if Harris shows up with a shiny new grill, we'll know he had an appointment. He's one of the most popular athletes in Winnipeg. Not the most, but darn close.
Oh, yeah.
He's from there. He couldn't get preferential treatment. He had to wait in line to go get his teeth fixed or get his hair done or get his COVID shot. Dylan in Nova Scotia watching says, is Winnipeg the only team making fans be fully vaccinated to attend? For the time being, yes. Don't at me, but I think every team should do it. Don't you?
Yeah, I do too. I do.
The second I heard that Winnipeg was doing that you need to be double vaccinated to buy tickets and go to games, I thought, good. I hope every team does that. Let's just get going here. Quit fighting over stuff. Wayne in Victoria, BC says, I thought the CFL needs more honesty with regarding injuries. Rod, you mentioned it when talking about betting on the CFL. Oh, wait. We're going to be the big betting league now, but we're not going to tell you about our injuries. What did I say last week? In life, when you gain something, you need to give something up. 100% of the time. When you gain something, you got to give something up. Prove me where that didn't happen in your life. Oh, we're going to be betting. We're going to have all this money. Woo! But you need to report on your injuries. No, we don't. They're going to have to.
Oh, yeah. And if it's going to actually go, there's going to be legislation put in place for them to enforce these injury releases. Like, you know, whether it's in the NFL, every day of practice, you know, who's playing each day, who's out each day, what their injury is pertaining to. It's a very detailed injury report every single day.
They're going to have to get used to that.
And you can look going into Sunday, oh, he didn't practice Tuesday because of maintenance day, Wednesday because of his knee, Thursday he was on, Friday he was on, he's in the, you know, in the lineup. You can look at all of that, and you need all of that information.
Jeff in the Zone is watching on YouTube and says, sup, Rod and Darren? What's up? You've missed a lot. You're late. That's what you've missed. John Ohm says the CFL, Casino Football League. He had an appointment. Do you guys understand? This is why people don't take the CFL seriously. Do you understand that? Excuse me, Coach. Where's Tom Brady today? He had a Manny and a Petty scheduled. This is why they don't take you seriously, okay? Is it professional football or is it not? I'll wait. He had an appointment. Thought it was day 3 at training camp, man. Thought you haven't played for 18 months. But still, man. He was getting his eyebrows waxed. We'll be right back with overtime, and we're going to face off on what this appointment might be.
All right.
What do you say?
Let's go.
It's the RP Show on the Game Plus television network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
At Capital GMC, we don't just sell vehicles, we buy them too. You know how we always have such a big inventory with an amazing selection? That's because we buy all makes, all models, and all years. We're going to give you the best price every time. And you don't even have to buy from us. All you have to do is visit us online or in-store, answer a few questions about your vehicle, and we'll get you a great offer. We'll even cut you a check on the same day. So save yourself the hassles of selling privately and sell it to us. Because at Capital GMC, we'll buy it.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Canada's daytime sports talk show continues. And this is Overtime, as Rick Regan said, our big voice guy, who hangs his hat in Wichita, Kansas, and watches every day.
How about that?
That's him. Wayne in Victoria, BC is watching. He says, I'm laughing so hard this morning. It's guess what appointment Andrew Harris had to attend. Haha, my sides are sore. Some people are writing in here about his suspension history. And we're not going down that road. Out of respect for Andrew Harris, frankly. And the Winnipeg Blue Bombers asked me like a year ago, can you just drop it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. Jeff, the Stampeders fan, says an appointment could be for something important. Health issue of a loved one, birth of a child, court summons, or other legal matter. Appointments exist for things other than superficial reasons. You guys are over-speculating this right now. Then don't watch. Shut it off. Beat it. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this for a while in the face-off, okay? Yes. What could this appointment possibly be for Andrew Harris? And the face-off is brought to you by the Mad Greek and Moose Jaw and for the Ultimate Fan Zone. What could the appointment be that he would leave? Because I'm thinking, if it's that important, don't even go to training camp on day 3. If it's that important, You're saying it might be a sort of a court date or something like that? We don't think it's an appointment at all. Darren said it's coach speak. So I said what? Mani-pedi, eyebrow waxing, hair appointment. He's got nice hair. Somebody said maybe getting his teeth fixed. Could be dentist, could be a grill. Doctor's appointment. You have a doctor that comes to you in pro football. Trust me. You're not going to the doctor in pro football. They're coming to you. There's a guy on staff.
That's right.
You think you know what it is.
He's got reservations at the Wellington Steakhouse.
Whoa!
Real high end in Winnipeg. Hard to get into. And so the reservation came up. They called his number, 12 o'clock. He's got to be there.
I couldn't even get into Wellington.
And actually, they're an hour ahead of us, so which makes sense. He needed to get into the Wellington Steakhouse. You don't pass up the opportunity. Just like we didn't in Montreal. When you get into one of the top restaurants in the city, you got to go.
I couldn't even get into that place. It's tough to get into. Yeah, so lunch reservations. The Face-Off is brought to you by the Mad Greek and Moose Jaw. The patio is now open for licensed dining at the Mad Greek and Moose Jaw. Visit them today. And for the Ultimate Fan Zone, now just a click away. From our man cave to your man cave, shop online today at ultimatefanzone.ca. Well, it is a sports talk show. We do have fun with what we do here, and there's absolutely no doubt over the years that we have extolled our respect for one Andrew Harris. As I said, I'm not bringing up any of what the fans of other teams are saying here today about his history, but I think we've all been around the block a few times, and that's what I think the people that are trying to scold us and look down their nose at us right now is, you've been around the block a few times, and I've been around the block more times than you.
Yeah.
So the guy leaves the field, your best player, and then they start handing the ball off to the other Canadians, Kyle Borsa and Johnny Augustine, because Harris is gone. I just think if it is that mandatory and important, if it's that big of a deal, you're not coming to the facility at all on day 3 of training camp because you are entrained on that. That's what I think. Glenn Erickson watching from Medicine Hat, home of the world's largest teepee. How long will it take for us to see Mitch Love and Ryan Huska working together behind the Flames bench? Good WHL guys. Really good question. That's the breaking news today. Mitch Love leaving the Saskatoon Blades as head coach after, how long? 3 very successful seasons. Is it 3?
I believe so.
To become the head coach of the Stockton Heat of the American Hockey League. Congrats to Mitch Love. He's going to be on the show here briefly. Talked to his agent this morning. They're very excited. Mitch Love's from Quesnel, BC, where they grow them very tough. I said, you weren't here earlier. I said, I think that's why Mitch Love is so tough. He grew up with a name like Love, so he had to fight all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know it, and especially in that era, too, right? So a tough guy, and very well respected in the hockey community. He's on track to be one of the bright young prospects for NHL head coaching vacancies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin McAnulty watching in Ottawa says Willie Jefferson is Winnipeg's best player. The dude destroyed Hamilton's game plan in the last Grey Cup. Really? Then why didn't he win most outstanding player then? I'm not in the mood to argue with you people today. Not one of you. Made that very clear, I think, over the last 10 minutes.
That's right.
Not in the mood. Willie Jefferson is not the best player of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Andrew Harris is. Stacey Champagne, watching from Access Television World Headquarters, says Mitch is a tough name on its own. Well, yeah. I know 3 guys from Quesnel, BC. Mitch Love, Mitch the Wild Thing Shawara. We had him in PA, and he was tough. Fought his dad on family weekend with the Raiders.
How about that?
And Garrett Festerling. Festy. He was an assistant captain with the Regina Pats. Remember him?
Yeah, I do.
They're all tough. We got to stop.
I know.
Chris Hubbard, Chuba Hubbard watching from Great Western Brewery says Corey Pecker must be really tough.
How about that?
Who did he play for? He's a hockey player, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or was it Cody Pecker?
Good question.
I got to go to the big board, and we only got 30 seconds here. What's up tomorrow, Clark? Darren Bombing of 360 Sports in Winnipeg. formerly of TSN Radio. Yeah, and more of the breaking news. Thanks to Brad Kraft today and Darren Dreger. We'll see you tomorrow at noon Eastern, right here on Game Plus TV. Truth's in the coffee. It's Truth Serum.